Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Seems like the stream is running a whole lot smoother this time around. I don't know what the hell it was doing. Oh, damn, Lolita in there already. She said yes. Okay, okay. Lolita said yes. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, this one seems to be running a lot better. I don't know what was going on with that first stream, but it just wasn't doing it. It wasn't running. But this one seems to be okay. So, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm just waiting it out for a second, guys. I know stamina. I know, man. I don't know why it is. It is storming too. It is storming right now, so that could have something to do with it. It is in fact storming. Yeah. And my internet been okay lately. Let's see. Okay, well, it seems to be okay. Oh, there's a buffer. Uh-oh. Let me see here. Let me see. Turn the stream down a little. See if that helps. Okay. All right. So this now it seems to be going smooth. I had to turn the output of the stream down a little bit. Oh, maybe that's the issue I've been having this whole time. Because it seems to have calmed down some now. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so I turn straight. Okay, so Verna versus John Whitley. So this is the hypothetical scenario as if the Valentina fight is not a thing. I do think that Vina Janjadova should definitely be fighting for the belt. She's earned her due diligence. She's earned her spot. She's earned her title shot. You know, says she beat the fighters that she was supposed to beat, except for and a lot of y'all gonna hate this, and that's okay. Hate this. Hate what I'm about to say. I'm fine with it. She beat everybody she was supposed to beat except for Mackenzie Dern. Y'all thought that you know what I'm saying, she was gonna beat Dern, but she didn't beat Dern. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just is what it is. She didn't beat Dern. She didn't beat Dern. You know? So with that being said, she should fight Zhang Weili for the belt. I think that's the number one fight that should go down. You know what I'm saying? Any other division, anybody who has won as many fights as Verna Jandiroba has at the top would get their title shot. You know? So that's kind of assumed, like that's kind of already understood. What was not understood is the secondary fights in the division, the number one contender fights in the division. We already know that we got Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos. We already know that fight is happening. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even put that picture up here. I need to add that picture, that fight picture of them up here because they're fighting. I mean, so that's like the true. I guess that's the number one contender fight. Or I mean, maybe it's just a tune-up fight for Suarez, maybe, or let's see, Suarez Lemos. Yeah, like I gotta put this picture up here. This picture has to be up here because this fight is happening. I wish it hadn't been announced so I could have their pictures up here too, because I would love to match those two. I would have loved to have matched those two up with some of these fighters in this mix here. But fortunately and unfortunately, this fight is already happening. You know what I'm saying? So we already got Suarez versus Lemos happening. It's a good fight for Lemos. It's a good fight for Suarez. Suarez can prove that she's still there. You know what I'm saying? Like she can prove that she's still there. She's still one of the top. Colton, what's up, man? To be said, I'm not the only one seeing the beautiful circle in their video. What beautiful circle? What circle? What's yeah, like what circle is he talking about? 2B says Verna versus Whaley, G Rob versus Jan, Ricci versus Dern. Okay, wait a second. Hold on. Let's go down to Jan Shaw. Do y'all really think that this is the fight though? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so y'all saying this. So this is 2B scenario right here. This is 2B scenario. 2B says Verna versus Whaley, Jillian Robinson versus Yan Xiaonan, Tabitha Ricci versus Mackenzie Dern. That's what he said. That's what he said. It's crazy that Jillian Robinson is in the talks at 115. Let me just shout my girl out for a second. Let me just shout the Savage out for a second. You know what I'm saying? Like, I, I hate to have an "I told you so" moment, but I always told y'all that Jillian Robertson would get to the top of the. I didn't. What I didn't know, what I was wrong about was the division. That was the only thing I was wrong about because she was fighting at 25. But I still felt like Jillian could have got to the top of 25. You know what I'm saying? But then at that point, I really did think that she could do it. But then, as time went on, and she lost a couple fights, and I seen how she lost those fights, and then she, made the decision to go down in weight. I was like, oh, okay, like I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because that fight for Tyler Santos, listen, the two biggest fight, three fights that she lost at flyweight that made me question about the size. That was the Tyler Santos fight. That was the Macy Barber fight, and it was the JJ Aldrich fight. You know what I'm saying? When she lost those fights, I was like, But then, then I say that, but then I was torn because she was beating people like Courtney Casey. She was mangling Courtney Casey. She was mangling Poliana Botello, mangling Maria Agapova. And I'm like, but she can still mangle Priscilla. She mangled Priscilla Castueda. Like, Jillian Robertson was still twisting girls up at 125 pounds. It's not like she got beat out of 125. She went out of 125 on a finish. She finished Maria Agapova at 25 and then went down to 115. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like she got beat out of 125. You know what I'm saying? But I knew she would get there. I knew she would get to the top of the division. I just didn't know I just didn't know it was going to be strawweight instead of flyweight. Jillian moving down to 115 pounds was one of the best career moves she ever made. You know what I'm saying? Because she was going to be in for it as far as girls, that carry a lot of size at 125, she would have stayed at 25. You know what I'm saying? She would have had to fight like Viviani. She would have had to fight like an Erin Blanchfield, maybe. And those girls are just bigger than Robertson, bigger and much stronger. Maybe a Manon Fiore on the way up. You know what I'm saying? Like, have to get in there and try to, find a way around Wayne Kong and shit like that. These big fighters, you know what I'm saying? Like, she would have had to run into one of them. I think she could have beat a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? But her odds were stacked. The odds were stacked against Robertson at flyweight. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of was what it was, you know what I'm saying? But her just being the savage ass fighter that she's always been, she was able to swim at 125 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Even though she was fighting, girls that were way bigger than her, you know what I'm saying? Because Jillian was only walking around like 135. You know what I'm saying? And some of these flyweights like Montana De La Rosa and some of those other big girls at flyweight was walking around upwards of 140 pounds, 150 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like Manon Fiore, easily 145, 150 pounds outside of camp. Jasmine Jasdavizius too. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these girls are big, like Karine Silva, like that's a big girl. And Jillian was gonna have to find a way to beat those girls. But at 115, she is just a different animal, man. And whoever it is that she fights in here, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, the caution lights better be on with Jillian Robertson. You know what I'm saying? You better be ready to find a way to beat Jillian Robertson. You know what I'm saying? And Tabitha Ricci figured it out at strawweight. Like Tabitha Ricci was able. We sleeping on Tabitha Ricci. Are we sleeping on Tabitha Ricci? Like really? Are we sleeping on Tabitha Ricci? You know, I hate. I mean, I hate to say I'm guilty of it, but I'm guilty of sleeping on Tabitha. I think I'm guilty of sleeping on Tabitha Ricci. But Tabitha been out here. She's like Alan Perez, man. She like sneakily racking up wins, and now she just stopped Amanda Ebas. She stopped her this past weekend. Like what? Like vicious elbow to the right to the eye socket. Like Tabitha Ricci placed and timed that elbow perfectly and finished. Like Amanda, to see somebody like Amanda Ebas fold up like that. That was crazy. It kind of shocked me, but then I realized that she's got the eye injury. She's got the metal plate. She got her orbital bone broke. She got a metal plate in the side of her face, and Tabitha Ricci hit her right elbow to that plate. So bad that plate she had to go for surgery and have the plate readjusted. Like that's how frail. Like Amanda Ebas to me probably needs to hang it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's time for Ebas to probably hang it up. You know what I'm saying? As much as I love Ebas, Amanda Ebas has taken some damage in so many fights. Like this fight, Marina Rodriguez knocked her out twice. You know what I'm saying? Like in the same fight, like that girl was done. Macy Barber brutally knocked her out. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like she's been, and then even in that fight with what's the girl? Luana, is it Luana Santos? No, it's Luana Pinheiro. You're like Luana Pinheiro. She beat Luana Pinheiro, but man, she took some damage in that fight. Like it's been a couple fights where Amanda Ebas has taken some damage, and then she going back and forth from 25 to 15. She taking brutal damage at flyweight and at strawweight, and I get she can bounce back and forth between the weight classes. You know what I'm saying? Like she can do that, but she getting beat up at both weight classes. Like yeah, Lolita, damage. Um, you deserve to shout out G-Rod because you called it early and stuck with her. Yes, sir, Two Beast. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I called it early. I seen it early. Oh, Lolita. I didn't even think about Fatima Klein, but Fatima Klein to me ain't quite there yet. Like, she's not quite there yet. She hadn't been tested yet. Like, she hadn't been tested against somebody yet. You know what I'm saying? So I think Fatima Klein got a little bit of ways to go before she gets up there messing with these girls. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, even if they match her up with Mackenzie Dern, that's a bad fight. Like Mackenzie Dern beats Fatima Klein all day. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think she's ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a Shark Tank. What's on the screen? And Tabitha Ricci's. And I'm saying this is a Shark Tank, and Tabitha Ricci's fight name is Baby Shark. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in the comments says she's too small. Yeah, but she's making it work. Like Tabitha Ricci's making it work though. Like she fights big. Like Tabitha Ricci fights big. She is very small. Like looks more like an atom weight, but you know what I'm saying? She makes it work. Yeah. Fatima Klein versus Dern is a good fight though. Or I mean versus Robertson is a good fight though. But Robertson would murder that girl. It's not time for Fatima to fight somebody like Jillian Robertson right now. But this is Two Beasts' iteration, guys. Let's go to. I mean, anybody want to drop their iteration in the comment section? Go ahead. But I am going to make my iteration. Um, I'm going to switch this around right quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to switch this around right quick. And I'm gonna put Yan Xiaonan versus Tabitha Ricci. I think Yan Xiaonan needs a winnable fight. You know what I'm saying? She needs a winnable fight that make her, get her confidence back. Because Yan Xiaonan is too big and too strong to be out here getting beat up like this. You know what I'm saying? Like if she can't learn how to grapple, then these girls are gonna take Yan Xiaonan out. Like these girls are gonna take her out if she doesn't learn how to fight on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like getting taken down the way she gets taken down and controlled the way she gets controlled, like that is not a good look for Yan Xiaonan. You know what I'm saying? She need to go train with somebody that's gonna teach this girl how to stop a takedown or how to grapple. Because if Zhang, we can't say it's because she's Chinese. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of grappling in China. Okay, then what's going on with Zhang Wei Li then? She just went in there and out grappled Tatiana Suarez, out grappled Carla Esparza, out grappled the two best grapplers in the division. You know what I'm saying? So Zhang Wei Li is getting the memo in China. So why ain't Yan Xiaonan getting it? But she's gonna be hurting. Going into any of these fights. Tabitha Ricci likes to work the clinch and take you down. Jillian Robertson, you're going down. Vina Janjadova, she's gonna try to take you down. But so I'm gonna say, give the big fighter Yan Xiaonan, the higher ranked fighter. Tabitha Ricci, somebody who's coming up, streaking through the division, coming off of a big finish. Got some momentum. Let's make that fight. You know what I'm saying? Let's make that fight. And then Mackenzie Dern wants to fight hard opponents. She doesn't want easy opponents. Like Mackenzie Dern never wants easy opponents. You know what I'm saying? And Jillian Robertson wants to smoke with everybody. We know that. We know Robertson wants to smoke with everybody. We don't ever have to question that about Jillian Robertson. That's why it's so easy to be a Jillian Robertson fan. Like it's so easy to be. I've been trying to tell y'all for years to be a Jillian Robertson fan. Y'all didn't want to listen to me though. I've been telling y'all for years. What are y'all not seeing in Jillian Robertson? Like, am I a blind man? Oh, I remember the days on my channel where I got railed for saying Jillian Robertson was fucking one of the most dangerous fighters out there. I got railed on my channel. Funny, funny, funny. I tried to tell y'all, you know, it was hard being a Jillian Robinson fan out here. I'm just being real. Brief intermission. All right, I'm back. Um, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Robinson is there now. She's there. She's there, retiring Marina Rodriguez, like in a beautiful, flawless performance. Flawless performance. Um, James said strawweight waste of time. They're all food for Whaley unless she moves up for good. None of them fucking with her. I beg to differ on that. You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't running out of train. I ain't on no train, so I ain't got to run out of trains. I got plenty of them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to, but I ain't running out of nothing because I ain't on no trains. Hopper, what train? What train? Are you talking about? Are you talking to me, James? Oh God, James is going off in the comments. I didn't even see this. He said, "I like how you put the one's picture alone where she belongs." Oh God. Right, Colton. He said Colton said the fact that Tabitha Ricci had to fight Manon Fiore is crazy. That is crazy, right? Like who in their right mind would have let that fight happen? I can't believe the UFC did that. But y'all was drinking Manon's tea after she won that fight though. And I tried to tell y'all that I'm like, y'all, look how much y'all are putting into that fight. Like, y'all giving that fight way too much clout. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, Manon is so devastated. Come on now. Come on now. Manon is a puppy. I done told y'all that. Y'all made it like Manon was this devastating striker. Manon is a puppy. Oh, James said, nah, not you. I got smoke for two bees. Oh, you got smoke for two bees. Oh, he got smoke for two bees. Two bees, what you did to James? Smash that like button, guys. All right, guys. So I am taking mix. Okay. So now we talked about if Valentina was not in the mix. Now we're going to talk about if Valentina is in the mix. So this is what we're going to do now. Let's see here. So this is what we're going to do now. This is what we're going to do now. Valentina and Zhang Weili has been announced. Let's say it hypothetically. We're going to say Valentina versus Weili has been announced. That takes Weili out of the picture. Weili gone. She gone for good if she gone too. Like if she makes that fight, she has to kiss Strawweight goodbye. She has to kiss Strawweight goodbye. Then we get this fight. Then we get this fight right here. We get Vina Jandiroba versus Mackenzie Dern, the rematch. The rematch for the belt, guys. This is to see. This is the reasons why. These are the reasons why I want to see Weili go up and fight Valentina, because it makes strawweight so much more interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like now you have a new. Now you have to have two girls fight for the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like two girls that are ready to fight. Now we're not gonna wait on the result of Suarez versus Lemos. Like we're not gonna do that. No, Vina Jandiroba and Zhang Weili. I mean, Vina Jandiroba and Mackenzie Dern would happen sooner than that fight, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like these girls ready to fight. That's gonna be on a big card, title fight, and it's Mackenzie Dern. Shit, a Mackenzie Dern title fight. Mackenzie could be a champion that would sell. You know what I'm saying? Like there's always a talk about like can women's how come women MMA fighters don't sell like men's? Mackenzie Dern has that kind of potential though. This is the closest Mackenzie Dern has ever been to a title shot, and I know that this scenario has ran through her head. You know what I'm saying? I know her team is aware that this scenario could happen. There's no way they can't be aware that this scenario would happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it is what it is. So yeah, these are all strawweights. Um, so who y'all got in the Vina Jandiroba and potential Vina Jandiroba versus Mackenzie Dern too? Mackenzie already beat her back in the day. Like a few years ago, Mackenzie already beat Vina Jandiroba. You know, so what we thinking about that? And then that opens the door. That opens the door for Yan Xiaonan versus Jillian Robertson. That opens the door for that fight. You know what I'm saying? So Yan Xiaonan versus Jillian Robertson is potentially a dog fight. It's a dog fight. But Dern versus, either way it goes, it's a dog fight for Jillian Robertson. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if she would have had to, if she has to fight Mackenzie Dern, that's a dog fight. We know that's a dog fight. You know what I'm saying? We know that the transitions and the grappling in that fight right there are going to be, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy how they clash. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be crazy to see how they clash. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, if Jillian can get, do you guys think that Jillian can out grapple Mackenzie Dern? I think she could. I think she absolutely could. Because Jillian is going to start slicing elbows and laying ground and pound when she gets control. She may not even try to submit Mackenzie Dern. she might try to TKO Mackenzie Dern. Let's not forget, Jillian Robertson has the best ground and pound in women's MMA right now. Ain't nobody ground and pound fucking with Jillian Robertson. Maybe a few people, you know what I'm saying, got some good ground and pound, but ain't nobody's ground and pound better than Jillian Robertson. She's got the best top game. She's got the best top game in the division. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that'll be crazy if she could do that. You know, but Mackenzie Dern, fast hands, fast hands. You know what I'm saying? Mackenzie Dern gonna fire off on Jillian. Like Jillian gonna have to be aware of that. You know what I'm saying? Because Mackenzie gonna come in throwing heat at Robertson. You know what I'm saying? So Robertson gonna have to be big and assertive. You know, Mackenzie always talks about going up the flyweight, but you know what I'm saying? Jillian is much bigger than Mackenzie Dern. Like Mackenzie Dern is not that even that big of a strawweight. You know this form of Mackenzie Dern is not even that big as a strawweight. Like she's not much. I mean, she's bigger than a lot of girls. She was bigger than Loopy in there. You know what I'm saying? But she ain't bigger than like Lamos and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There's girls in the division that are bigger than Mackenzie Dern. You know, and Roberts is gonna have that size advantage over her. So, you know, that's an interesting fight. That's a very interesting fight. But I think that I think Yan Xiaonan is tailor made for Jillian though. You know, Yan Xiaonan is tailor made. Like she is laid out on a silver platter for Jillian Robertson. Jillian would I think she would run through Yan Xiaonan. And I'm just being straight up honest. I'm not being biased, you know what I'm saying, because that's my girl. But I'm just talking about the way Jillian neutralizes these stand-up fighters. It's just something that I've watched her do for years. These stand-up fighters are tailor-made for her, man. They tailor-made for her. She gets them so scared to even throw a punch. She gets them so defensive. She stalks them. She pressures them. And then, you know what I'm saying, they don't even know what to do. You know what I'm saying? She can do whatever she wants to. That's when Jillian started throwing them kicks. You know what I'm saying? Like she started incorporating those kicks into her game. That's why her strikes get off the way they get off. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so worried about her shooting and taking them down. And then eventually she takes them down. Every time. Every time. Every time. Colossus says Alexia Tainara is coming. Okay. Y'all keep talking about Alexia Tainara. I see you. Yeah, she looks good though. She looks good. James said Dern has power. I don't know about fast. She's fast, dude. Mackenzie Dern strikes fast. Like she's quick with it. Jillian is 5'5", slim. Dern is 5'4", looks stockier. Okay. But Jillian big too. Jillian big at strawweight. She looks big at strawweight for real. She does, man. She looks big and physically imposing at strawweight. She really, really does. And her strikes get off at strawweight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like her strikes get off at 115 pounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Her striking has improved. She's become more confident in standing and banging. You know what I'm saying? That's what she does now. She likes it. You know what I'm saying? So she's been throwing a whole lot better strikes lately. Her kicks have been looking good, like her body kicks and her high kicks. Like that stuff's been her jab's been looking good. Her clinch elbows have been looking good. Like Robertson's stand up has been looking pretty good. But I don't think she would go out there and strike with Yan Xiaonan. I think she would strike into her takedowns. You know what I'm saying, with Yan Xiaonan, get her down to the ground and just work and go for the TKO because Yan light laying there getting beat up. I've seen her too many times. When girls start beating on Yan Xiaonan, she just I don't even know what she started doing. She start flopping all over the ground. Like I'm just like, what is going on? Lolita said Carla ran through Yan. She did. Like little bitty Carla, as far as the ran through Yan Xiaonan. I was like, look at this. Like Carla beat her up bad. Like Carla beat her up. Carla bloodied her, didn't she? Yet didn't Carla had her leaking, didn't she? Let me look that up. Carla was landing elbows. She was coming down like in the crucifix position. Carla Esparza versus Yan Xiaonan. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of blood in that fight. Yeah, Carla did have a leaking. Carla had Young leaking in that fight. That is right. Carla beat her up. Yeah. Like that's not even funny. Yeah, that was a good comment. Whoever said that. Who was that? Lolita. Yeah, she ran through Yan Xiaonan. Like, whew. Oh, Lolita says Natalia Silva has four fists. Uh-oh. I think Alexa's gonna out grapple Loma. Uh-oh. But y'all high on Alexa Tanara, boy. Y'all ready for that girl. Hey, I don't blame you though. She's hot off the press. I don't blame you. But you know what that leaves for Tabitha Ricci? Who knows? Tabitha Ricci can fight somebody else. If this is the scenario, Tabitha Ricci need to find somebody to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. The winner of Julia Pilastri versus Karolina Kovalevich. You know what I'm saying? That'll be somebody for Tabitha Ricci to fight. Colossus says, BJ, you missed my question. Okay. Alexis versus Loma, who you picking? You know, I'm about to go with Loma. Cause I don't know, Alexa Tanara, I don't know, I don't know, man. Like she's new, but Loma look boomy. She been there though, man. Like I can't do Loma like that. I can't do Loma like that. Closer says Ricci versus Denise Gomes. Yeah, that's a good one. Somebody like that for Tabitha Ricci to fight. You know what I'm saying? If this is the scenario, if Zhang Wei Li goes up to fight, then you get Dern versus Janjaroba, and then you get Yan Xiaonan versus Jillian Robinson, Denise Gomes versus Tabitha Ricci. I'm down with that. Yes. He said, no, BJ, that wasn't my question for you. Okay, let me scroll back up then. Oh, okay. No filter. Be honest. Who do you think is a tougher fight for Valentina, Wei Li or Natalia? Wei Li. Yeah, I think Wei Li is a tougher challenge for Valentina. Yes, definitely Wei Li. Especially if Wei Li can acclimate to 125. It depends on how she looks at 25. You know what I'm saying? Like if she looks good, I'm gonna go with. I mean, if she looks big, I'm gonna go with Zhang Wei Li. I'm gonna go with Zhang Wei Li. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Zhang Wei Li because Zhang Wei Li will mix it up with Valentina, and Zhang Wei Li's strong too. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Zhang Wei Li's strong, so I'm gonna go with Zhang Wei Li as the tougher fight for Valentina. Yeah, for sure. Faux show. Lolita says Whaley is too small for flyweight. Well, you think so? Loma 5'1", Alexa 5'4". Yeah, I know, but Loma's a little beast though. Or Whaley can fight Aaron and Bullet fights Natalia. Ooh, I already told y'all what Aaron Blanchfield already said what she was gonna say. She already said what she was gonna say. She said if Zhang Wei Li want to come up to 125, I'll whoop her ass too. Y'all heard what Aaron Blanchfield said. Zhang Wei Li better really think hard about going up to 125 pounds. Like I really want her to think. I want her to think real long and hard on that because that's wild. If she goes up to 125 pounds, she gonna be fighting Manon and Aaron and Natalia and Alexa and stuff like that, man. And, whew, I don't know about that. James ain't playing about Valentina. That man love him some Valentina, boy. That man love him some Valentina. Y'all are crazy in these comments. He said, "Oh man, agree to disagree." Uh-oh. Tubi said, "I throw in the towel, man. I throw the towel in on him, boy." Sometimes you got to, Tubies. You do, man. Sometimes you gotta throw the towel in and just say, "You right, you right." He says, "We already took Grasso, so you think so, man? You think she did? You think Val took Grasso's soul?" I think that's possible. I think that's possible because that Grasso just looked like a shell of herself in that Natalia Silva fight. Like she didn't look confident at all. Like Grasso didn't look confident at all. But I don't. I just think it was the just different styles. That style that Natalia Silva has of flitting around the octagon like that, like that's going to give a lot of people problems. You know, the more stationary fighters like Grasso, that's going to give them problems. It's going to give Valentina problems. Valentina is a stationary fighter. You know what I'm saying? It's going to give her problems. Natalia flitting around the octagon, skating around the side of the octagon, leaping in, throwing these big punches and kicks, and then leaping right back out. Like that's a very effective style. That's a very effective style. James, I'm just saying. I think that Zhang Wei Li has a good chance of beating Valentina. And he says, why are you worried about Wei Li versus other girls? Because of the size. Look, this Valentina's not even the biggest flyweight. You got Manon and Jazzy and Aaron and Natalia. You got some big, Macy. You know what I'm saying? You got some big girls at 125 pounds, dude. Zhang Wei Li gonna be in trouble. Grasso, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, these girls are big, dude. Zhang Wei Li is not that big. She's not tall, dude. She's not that tall. Like, it's gonna be hard for her to beat these. It's gonna be hard for her to beat these big girls. And the only girl with crazy size is Manon. See, that's not the point though. Aaron Blanchfield, look at Aaron Blanchfield, bro. Aaron Blanchfield's a big flyweight too. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Jasmine Jazzavizius is a big flyweight. You know what I'm saying? Like you got some big flyweights, bro. Macy Barber. Like whenever Catlin comes back, you know what I'm saying? Catlin Chukagian's a big fighter. What you mean? I'm trying to figure out what you mean. John Wei Lee is small. She ain't no big fighter. She ain't gonna be no big flyweight. And see Valentina, but look at how Valentina dealt with girls bigger though. Cause she handed, boy, I'm telling you, she handed Manon her ass on a Dutch, I mean on a French platter. She handed her ass. But it is what it is. But anyways, that's really the only two realistic scenarios for me. I mean, what else could I mean? Let's say okay, let's take Valentina back out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's take Valentina out of it. That this doesn't make any sense. That's like Plan C. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's like Plan C. No, I wouldn't even think about that. Like that doesn't make any sense. Mackenzie Dern, Zhang Wei Li, Verna Janjarova, Jillian Robertson, Yan Xiaonan, Tabitha Ricci. That doesn't make any sense. Because didn't Yan and Tabitha just fight? Like that didn't. That doesn't make any sense. You know. Word on the street, Manon. Bro, I wouldn't be surprised if Manon. Did Manon get surgery? Did she get that fixed, man? Like, did we ever see her with that fixed? 'Cause her nose was Bruh. Yeah, Ricci already fought and lost to Yon. Yeah, yeah. This doesn't. Yeah, this iteration doesn't really make sense. You don't have to be a genius to matchmake. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be a genius to matchmake. Uh, so I think that the most plausible thing to do with Valentina not involved, is that right there. I think Zhang Wei Li and Verna should fight. If Valentina's not gonna fight Wei Li, Verna and Wei Li, then Mackenzie Dern and Jillian Robertson, or Mackenzie Dern and Jillian Robertson. I think that Two Beasts is no, that was Two Beasts way. My way was this way. I think that was my way, wasn't it? Yeah, with Valentina involved, yes. No, but she just beat Ricci. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that way. I like Two Beasts way. I like Two Beasts way. Yeah, that way right there. It should be Yan Xiaonan versus Ricci. I mean, I know they just fought, but it just is what it is. She got the rematch her. But that's like outside of the top. Maybe they fight, the winner or the loser of Suarez Lamos. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they fight them. But if Valentina's not involved, I think uh, Dern should fight Robertson, and of course, Vernon get the title shot. Now with Valentina involved, there's this right here. This is the only way it could be. This is literally the only other option. You know what I'm saying? And then have Tabitha Ricci fight somebody else. But it would have to be Darren Verner for the belt. Yan Xiaonan, Jillian Robertson. For the next big one. For the next number one contender fight. You know what I'm saying? This person would deserve to be the first title challenger. Be the first title defense for the new champion. Whoever wins that fight. You know what I'm saying? Or whoever wins the Suarez and Lemos fight. Who knows? Who knows? But that's my matchmaking for the day. This is my strawweight matchmaking video. I wanted to get on here and kind of pick y'all brains and see where we kind of what we gauge what we feeling here, see what we kind of hoping for. You know what I'm saying? So I would say I'm banking on one of those two lineups right there. So we'll go with that. But anyways, appreciate all you guys coming through. Colostrum, James, Two Beasts, Lolita. Let's see who else. I said Two Beasts. Um, let's see. I had to do two videos. Colton, shout out to Colton. It's been a minute, Colton. How you been, bro? Um, yeah, all of y'all. Smash that like button. But anyways, I'm getting off here. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Of course, the conversation continues. Uh, Let me share the Discord link in case somebody doesn't have it. Let's see. Where is it? So there is the Discord link. It will expire in 15 minutes. So if you are not in the Discord, please get in the Discord because the conversation always continues over there. It's the Wild West in there. You got James Perez dropping voice notes in the Discord now, but I'm glad Stamina is doing. Stamina is the first and only moderator of the Discord chat, so Stamina is keeping y'all in line, of course. To be said, hashtag Silver for the shot. Oh my goodness. That man want to see Natalia Silver fight. No, I get it. No, I totally get that too, Beast. Like I want to see that too. So so hopefully we get it. But anyway, I might do a flyweight matchup too. You know what I'm saying? We'll go up to flyweight because this scenario affects two divisions. So I may do the cause and effect on the flyweight division. So who knows? But we'll see. Anyways, like, subscribe. I'm out, guys. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.